This is a step-by-step guide of how to cook a veggie medley meal prep by me, Kelly, a soon-to-be RD. Preparing this make-ahead side dish will save you time and dishes while providing a variety of flavors, creating a tasty portion of a purposeful, healthy meal. This video includes information about gathering supplies, preparing and using ingredients, roasting veggies, and tips for serving and wrapping it all up. The supplies you need include baking sheets, aluminum foil, a sharp knife, a vegetable peeler, a cutting board, a large bowl, 8 or so airtight containers for storage, and measuring spoons. The other ingredients you need are a couple tablespoons of olive oil, various herbs and spices, and 8 cups of your favorite vegetables. My favorite variety include butternut squash, carrots, peppers, and broccoli. In the picture you see here, I used pre-cut sweet peppers to save some time because they were on sale. Before beginning to prepare the vegetables, set the oven to 400. Now to prepare the vegetables for roasting. It is important to cut the vegetables into fairly small 1/2 inch pieces that are all about the same size so the harder vegetables cook evenly, thoroughly, and as fast as possible. Let's start with the butternut squash. First, cut the top and bottom off. Use the peeler to take off all of the skin. Once all of the skin is removed, it'll look like this. Next, we have to remove the core. To do so, start by cutting the squash in half long ways so it looks like this. Next, use a spoon to cut along the outside of the soft portion with seeds. Dig and scrape the core until nothing but the harder part of the squash is left. Here you can see a side-by-side comparison of the squash with and without the core. To cube the squash for roasting, make cuts long ways about 1/2 inch apart, and then repeat the cuts in a perpendicular fashion. Now the squash is ready. To prepare the broccoli, use your hands to rip the florets of the head apart into small bite-sized pieces. Cut the bottom of the stalk and peel the thick skin so it's easier to chew. Then you can cube what's left of the trunk and not let much broccoli go to waste. As you can see, there is much more volume when you use the whole vegetable instead of just the florets. To prepare the carrots, peel the skin and then cut into pieces about 1/2 inch thick. To prepare the bell peppers, first slice the top off, then run your knife down the side to cut the white pith from the pepper. Grab the white part on the inside, twist it, and pull it out. Now you can slice the pepper into 1/2 inch pieces. Now that all the veggies are prepared, the final step before roasting is seasoning. This recipe includes 4 different flavor combinations to keep it interesting while you eat this throughout the week. Take 1/4 of each vegetable and place it in the large bowl for seasoning. The first seasoning blend I used is a chili style, which has chili powder, cumin, garlic powder, paprika, onion powder, salt, and black pepper. Add to the bowl about 2 tablespoons of olive oil and the chili seasoning blend. Mix until evenly coated. Spread the seasoned veggies evenly in a single layer over 1/2 of the baking sheet. I seasoned the next quarter of vegetables in a Mediterranean-inspired blend that includes oregano, rosemary, coriander, cumin, cinnamon, and salt. Add this seasoning and olive oil to the next quarter of veggies and mix thoroughly. Spread this mixture evenly on the second half of the baking sheet. Repeat this process with the other 2 seasoning blends and the rest of the vegetables. We'll season the next quarter of the veggies with an Italian-style seasoning, which includes basil, oregano, rosemary, thyme, garlic powder, and salt. In the large bowl, add the olive oil and Italian seasoning blend to the veggies and mix thoroughly. The third seasoning blend, the ranch-inspired combo, includes parsley, dill, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and black pepper. Add the seasoning blend and olive oil to the next quarter of vegetables and mix thoroughly. Now that all the veggies are seasoned and on the baking sheet, they're ready to go in the oven. Place the baking sheets in the 400-degree oven for about 15 minutes before flipping. To make this a well-balanced meal, I'll throw some chicken on a separate baking sheet into the oven to cook simultaneously with the vegetables and also start some rice. Now that we're just waiting for everything to finish cooking, it's a great time to clean up and set up the containers. After the vegetables have been roasting for 15 minutes, take them out and flip them over. Be careful not to mix up the different flavors too much and make sure when they go back in, they are still in an even single layer. Resume roasting for about another 15 minutes, and when it's done, the carrots and squash should be fork tender. Once the veggies are done roasting, it's time to wrap it up. Portion the veggies into the airtight containers. Be sure to plate the flavor that you decide to enjoy now. Include a protein and a grain for a well-rounded meal on the go. Now you can enjoy a nutritious, convenient, and cost-effective meal other days of the week without any more stressful planning. Use this Veggie Medley meal prep recipe to plan ahead and be healthy by making purposeful meals. Thanks for listening. My name is Kelly, and this is my recipe for a Veggie Medley meal prep to help make your life simpler and eating healthy tastier. Feel free to reach out with any questions because I'm always open to listen and happy to answer. Next are 3 frequently asked questions about this recipe. Do all of the flavors merge together when they are cooked like they are in this recipe? The answer is no, not really. As long as when you flip them, you don't mix them all together, the flavor combinations stay distinctly different. Can you do this recipe with any vegetable? Yes, I encourage you to try this recipe with your favorite vegetables. Do you have to use all 4 seasoning blends? No, you can choose just your favorite or even create a blend of your own. I use 4 in this recipe to provide inspiration of how to season vegetables to make them taste differently, even though it's the same exact thing. You can season however your heart desires.